All right, well, welcome to Coloring with the Cast. I hope your Comic-Con day has been good.
Oh, it's way
just
better
got
now.
so awesome.
We're
so happy to be here.
I live here now. Yeah.
This is kind of the way we go with it, and you know what? We'll look at all your choices, but please color, have fun with it. Stickers, googly eyes, anything you want to add to them. It's all about personality at this point. So who wants to tell me what it's like to be back with vengeance? Because this looks like a lot of fun, and anytime you can come back to this crowd and give them more of what they love is always a good day.
That's it. I think it's like a show that not only belongs to us, but to the fandom. So it feels so incredible to do more, but also in a different medium for a different incredible streamer, Tubi. So it's everything you love and more.
As we begin this, where do we find everyone? Because, you know, things move, things change, the world kind of keeps, you know, spinning. So I guess let's go through, where do we find each of the characters as we come back in?
The casino!
Just the casino? Straight up?
Yeah!
Have we moved on, and some, you know, some things are stuck in place, but some things move along sometimes too. So where do you think the characters have kind of moved on since the last time we saw them?
Melanie said a great answer before that. Now I steal and take just because it was so perfect.
Yeah.
And that is, even if you choose love, it doesn't make things easier.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's kind of where we left off.
You
know,
know,
we
Yeah.
literally, we rode off into the sunset. We did it. I was
Right.
on the back of the Harley holding on to her for dear life, and we filmed that shot. That's how we left. And just because we did choose that ending, you know, doesn't make it any easier. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Doc moving forward through time is one of the main standpoints, you know, so to kind of have those memories and those things to build upon is probably a fun part of the character as well.
Yeah. Well, we were saying before, too, like, the amazing thing about coming back to Wynonna is, like, even though we hadn't done it before, kind of whatever choice we were going to make or bring is right.
Right.
In that moment, you know, it's like nothing has to, because people was like, oh, I saw there was a lot of different stunts you choreographed.
Right.
We did actually for the first time, which was cool. Then we didn't, and it changed. But then in talking about it, we also realized if it wasn't perfect and as amazingly sexy cool as it looked in the trailer, if it wasn't, then that would have been what it was, and it's still cool. It's still okay because this is Wynonna. We're safe, you know.
People love us.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Which is a really nice place to be.
When you own the character for as long as you do, you take some ownership of them and the things they move forward. So, was there anything about Wynonna that you wanted to move forward with as you bring back? Because sometimes things feel perfect, sometimes they feel closed. Like it's almost like I wrapped a perfect gift. I forgot to take the price tag off. Is that a problem, or am I okay with that and just let this be what it is too? You know.
Well, yeah, I was like, well, how it was so perfect the way we ended. It was like that's all I wanted for her.
Right.
And then, but then, yeah, like we were talking about earlier, is this one again?
We don't judge.
No judgment. It's safe.
You might judge this coloring job later. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
But then ultimately, like, the reality is that you can have your beautiful moment, but then you hit you know, a patch of ice, and like I'm interested in the patch of ice, and so and we all had icy patches, and I think it literally was freezing.
I think my first scene was on a patch of ice. Actually.
Right?
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. So
yeah, I get it. How about Waverly and Nicole? How do they come back into this world? How do we see it?
Yeah, well, I think similarly, we like wrapped it up so beautifully with their wedding, and it was such an iconic moment for the relationship, and we were so proud of being able to do that. But yeah, of course, we're 3 years on, and like, what comes after that? You know, real life. It's marriage is a different adventure. And
and it's nice to see. We were speaking earlier about like it's really nice to see just by the nature of the show being around for as long as it has. Like you know, Wayhot was not revolutionary, but it was like a huge beacon of positive queer representation back when we came out in 2016, and it was really like changing the game. What?
You came out in 2016.
But then now we've got this amazing evolution of like having a amazing queer relationship that is long term and is so established and like so in itself, like knows what it is and settled.
Right.
And that's something we don't get to see very much too. So I feel like there's this sort of new evolution of Wayhot for how it's having great representation in a whole new way now.
Right.
Yeah.
Moving forward with the story, can you give us a little bit about what fans, you know, are seeing this new trailer, and then what can they expect as well, you know?
I mean, I think what was so important to us with the special was if you're a hardcore fan, there's so much for you. There are Easter eggs, there's your favorite characters, there's cameos, there's inside jokes. But most importantly, if you have never seen the show,
Mom.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You can jump on board. You just have to know there's a sexy demon hunter with a big old gun and her dysfunctional posse of equally good-looking Canadian people, and you will have a grand old time. So that's what's important. We just want everyone in the big old tent. So come on board. You don't have to have a spreadsheet to understand what's happening. But if you're obsessive, I got you. We got you. Don't worry.
Masterfully by Emily to balance those two things.
Connecting back to Wynonna, what was one thing you picked up back and it's just kind of fun that you just kind of do? Is it the gun? Is it something else? Is there a walk? Is there something you pick back up and you're just like, oh, this is a bike. Here I am. I know, you know?
Yeah, the gun is like, and I have a few different versions of it. So, and they all have their own weight. And so I was like, oh yeah, the rubber one. And I can twirl it a certain way because it's lighter. And so I just kind of on set, behind the scenes, and just beep, 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 beep. And then and then the heavy one, I'm like, I can't twirl that. But so then I cock it, and I keep playing with the, I don't know if
You what?
You what?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
I cock it.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing great work here.
So am I.
Please continue.
And so yeah, I would say those different versions of the gun. It was like my hands just naturally started doing my hands are good with a cock.
Yeah. Perfect.
There it is.
Excellent.
There it is.
So good.
Summed it up.
Welcome back to Wynonna Earp, everybody.
If you're new here,
I don't know what we're selling at this point, but
We don't
we're running out of them now, so order before they're gone.
Exactly.
How about Doc? You know, getting back into that skin, those mannerisms, the voice. You know, what do you do that kind of brings you back home quick and kind of gets you kind of excited to be back in that skin?
Well, luckily I get to grow that mustache, and it takes about 2 months, so I start doing it, and I know.
People should know it's a real mustache. That is a bona fide
Rozon That's a stunt unto itself.
So I kind of get to do that, and then my first day is, you know, after fittings and everything, going into the makeup trailer and seeing Gunther, and I've had the same person, and he's got his dimensions. He's more nervous than I am.
Is there a silhouette
He
somewhere?
just doesn't want to mess it up. And
There is a ruler.
There's a ruler.
He's so magic.
Oh, yeah.
He's so magic. He's so nervous. He doesn't want to mess it up. It's perfect, and I'm laughing because I'm like, if you mess it up, like I said, it's Wynonna Earp.
Yeah.
I'd have an unperfect mustache. It shouldn't be so perfect. So I get that, but there's something so amazing about playing Doc Holliday, and there's a swagger that kind of comes, and that I don't normally walk around with that same
You don't?
swagger. Oh, do I?
Well, you color with a swagger. That's where it goes too. Can you talk about coming back to Comic-Con with the fans and bringing this back? Because you're no stranger to Comic-Con either. So what's it like to come back here to Comic-Con with this show and kind of, you know, embrace them once again?
A miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. This is the OG. This is the real deal.
Yeah.
This is the con for fans. We haven't been here since before COVID, before the pandemic, like many people. It never gets old. And I think that the truth is, if you get cynical about it, it's over. I will never get sick of seeing the fans, seeing various people dressed up in the costumes of the thing they love and finding their people. So I will say, like, for me personally, I think there's something about a little bit the space we've had. It was always so crazy. now that we had a bit of time, I felt like this when we shot it as well.
Right.
I feel a little more able to be like, oh my God, guys, we're back and we're present and we can enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Like when you don't think you're going to be able to do it again, that has been just incredible. So it's been an amazing couple of days back here.
Well, and that's the thing. Once you have a character that can live beyond everything too. Like I've talked to everyone from, you know, Todd McFarlane to, you know, a couple other artists and directors and authors, and, you know, they want the opportunity to have a character that has a legacy unto itself, that can live and breathe on its own. And I think that's what these people want to do, because they want to take it home and make it their own as well. So there's
they
something
own
very
it
cool about
when
it.
you kind of give it over to the fandom as well. That's incredible. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Incredible gift.
So last thing, if you know, speaking of fandom and gifts too, if you were to go on the floor and take something, and you know, that's one of the things you buy, you don't have space for it on the shelf, but you want it, and you have to find a place for it. What is it that you would buy, that you would take home off this huge, you know, collector's Comic-Con-y floor?
You know what I've always wanted? I was a big Sailor Moon fan as a kid, and I always wanted one of their wands. So there's an actual name
anyone
for
you
it.
wanted?
I mean, I was always a Sailor Jupiter fan, but I would take anyone. And because I still have the little dolls, and they all have their little wands, and I always kind of wanted one. That's what I would buy. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how we need to introduce you back into the movie. She's a cutscene.
I like it. Yeah.
Anyone else?
I think I might go on the hunt for G.I. Joe number 21, the first appearance of Storm Shadow.
Okay.
Yeah, I realized I don't have that yet.
Yeah.
Storm Shadow's number 1. I do like Snake Eyes also, and the silent issue is amazing, but
right.
I should get that 21.
Very cool.
That's so specific.
Oh God, I know.
Well, that's someone who knows exactly what he has, but what he needs too.
Exactly. This guy's basement.
Some people know what they need in life to make them happy. I know what I need. Yeah. How about you two? Tell me.
I know, literally.
The panic.
Peace and love.
Yeah.
Peace and love. I was gonna say
I
a
don't know if that's
hot
for
dog.
sale.
I was gonna say a hot dog.
Maybe nachos.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
It's that time of day. Nachos. I'll take a nacho. Or Action comic number 1. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah. If I just found one, $5. Yeah.
You know, like just a great Buffy T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Good
that'd
one.
be fun.
Yeah, because I walked by Sarah Michelle Gellar today.
No.
But I didn't get to be like, hi.
Yeah.
I started martial arts because of you, and you were my idol, and kind of a big deal for the show that I'm on. Yeah. And
That's so cool. I didn't
Oh,
know
you
you
gotta
saw
find her again. You have to have
Is
that
she
moment.
for sale?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's laws against that, but this is
Right.
Comic-Con. Anything's possible. How about
Not
you?
in Canada.
I really
Not
don't
in
know.
Canada.
I don't really have an answer to
What
be
about a
completely
Spice
honest.
Girl something? Is there?
There wouldn't be any Spice Girls
Amazing.
stuff.
Yes,
Oh,
there
yes,
would.
there would.
They'll have the collectible dolls and different things there. Like
I
the
already
one
have
that's
my dolls, but I'll take a collectible doll.
They
Yeah,
might have
sure.
some of the actual costumes on the floor somewhere there too. Oh, yeah, there's always booths with like collectible stuff from musical artists as well too. So yeah, it's right next to the battle axes and other miscellaneous things that you wouldn't expect just to be there, but they're there. So that's great.
Awesome.
We have to let you go soon, but I do want to see where we are. Let's start this side because I feel like someone needs explanation on those. So let's go. Let's start over here.
This is fabulous Doc Holliday trying out a bit of a new look, but he's a little worried about these bees. He's a little worried about these bees.
Yeah,
So
on the next t-shirt.
On the next episode of
being fabulous, but also he has a
Be
terrible
kind.
allergy.
Be kind.
Be kind. Be kind. But be fabulous.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This is Wynonna with
Yeah.
Yeah, she's rocking
Oh,
this
she looks
beautiful
really good with that
She
hair.
does look good.
Yeah.
Have you ever take care?
Wow.
And she has an eye coming out of her.
Hey! All right. Yeah.
Very cool. And then we moved. There's a lot
This
over
is
here.
Waverly.
Wow.
We've
Look
got,
at that makeup.
she's got an ice cream in her hand and unicorn power, mystical like a unicorn. I gave her some bi hair as well.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
yeah, I think she's having a good, a good moment.
Is she a dragon? Or?
No, you
That's
can say
actually-
radiating power and confidence.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You would not lose her in the snow.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you.
She's like the queen. She dresses that way so that she
Yeah, they can always
Yeah.
find her.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, this is my.
You went up a register
like a
saying that.
reverend.
Yeah.
Well, you have love in your eyes.
Aw.
Yeah.
Literal
And,
hard eyes.
Walk accuse me.
Excuse me. Oh, you're so smart.
And then a little, I think Wynonna got to your hat and put a little 69 on it, and you didn't notice. And you went to work, and you were like, freeze! And they're like, and you're like, why is everybody laughing? And then best friends forever, because I said so.
Oh, very cute.
Cute.
I have Wynonna Earp.
Wow.
And well, she got her Buffy T-shirt. Peace and love.
Nice.
And she knows Jaws is always lurking. So you-
Always. Yeah.
Be careful, and you have to believe in yourself.
Very cool.
Wow,
That
beautiful.
is.
There's a lot of things that connect in interesting ways in your head that I'm trying to figure out how they connect
Is
exactly.
her tongue out
Is
too?
her tongue
And her
out?
tongue's out too, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And a goatee?
Is that a mustache?
Do you have a goatee?
What's happening?
Yeah. What's the bull
What is
on
it?
the neck?
What is it?
What
happening?
isn't happening
Yeah,
is a question,
exactly.
yeah.
Art is art.
Art
you're
is
right.
art.
I agree.
Yes,
I
yes.
agree. We all love
NFT,
it.
yes,
Yes.
100%. Well, I thank you so much for coming in and calling with us. I hope we relaxed you a little bit before you go out to the world. Comic-Con, of course, you know they love you here. More importantly, they're here to enjoy and relive, and nostalgia can be a week ago for some of these people too. So we're so excited to have you back, and we hope you enjoy every second here at Comic-Con.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Well
so
said.
much for having
This was great.
us.
Thank
This
you.
was great.
Pleasure.
This was so fun.
Great.